Hey everyone, cncHD here, and in today's tutorial we are going to take a look at the Worldbuilder tutorial on how to spawn in tanks by the click of a button. Like this, we select a Crusader and it will endlessly spawn in Crusaders. We will also take a look on how to not endlessly spawn in Crusaders but just one, and how we spawn in other tanks or helicopters, airplanes, whatever. So yeah, stay tuned for that. So first what I did is I created the civilian Crusader. But let's start with the first things first. We need a player. To be precise, the civilian player for usually everything. Just create a civilian player and create yourself in a mission. I'm just talking about a mission in this video. I created the player. You can also name him like anything you want, ice cream or something, or hot dog, I don't know. You can create a player by clicking on new player. Just choose a faction which you want and give him the name, like for example, I don't know, hot dog, I have no idea. And then just name him like that. You can also change display name. I have really no idea. Yeah, just give him anything, any color, and this box here need to be unchecked, that it is computer controlled. We of course don't want to be computer controlled, we as the player. And yeah, this is the first step. Next step is to spawn in this Crusader. It's just a regular Crusader placed with the place object tool. Just drag and drop the Crusader, just take it and drop it here. And I for myself like to give it the civilian belonging so that we as a player cannot move around with it. But yeah, it should also work if you have just your normal Crusader selected belonging to your team. So next thing we need to do is give this Crusader a name. I have named it Click Crusader. You can name it anything you want. And then we need to create a team, which we spawn in. For that we go to Edit Teams. And here, under Player America, this is our team. No, this is our team. The player, this is our team. We create a new team. Add new team. Again, you can name it anything you want. We are, as the owner, selected automatically. And then you go to minimum 1, maximum 1, Crusader. Tank Crusader. Like that. Then it will look like this in the end. So this is the one I had created. And in the scripts, next thing we need to do the scripting. Yeah, of course, the waypoint. Here I have a waypoint created. Give it any name you want, or you just leave it blank. Normally it is named like waypoint 1, 2, 3 or anything else. For the organization, I like to give it names. So we have spawn 1. And here on this position the Crusader will spawn. We go to scripts. We go to our player folder. But it should also work when it's in neutral or player civilian. For this tutorial I will go with our own folder for us as the player. Here I have created a folder for the organization, but you can also drag and drop the script just in here. It works just fine. I like to have it in the folder to keep this room tidy and clean. Here we have the script. It is active. It's not deactivating upon success. And the condition is selected. Unit is currently selected, works in mission only. You select your Crusader, which we just named. Press OK and go to action if true. Spawn an instance of the team Crusader. So the team we just created in the team tab. This one. So here under team, here in the team tab, create spawn a reinforcement team. Spawn an instance of team Crusader 1 at waypoint 1. So this is what I did. And then it will spawn endlessly amount of Crusaders. Why is it spawning endlessly? Because I didn't check the deactivate upon success button. If I check this button and we press OK and we save it and we relaunch the game, 1 second. So if I now click on a Crusader, it should only spawn in 1 Crusader. There it is.
Crusader tank responding.
It is just 1 Crusader. You cannot spawn in multiple now. Because the script is deactivated, you need to activate it again. And I will do this now. When we now click the Crusader, it will spawn in the Crusader. But if you click it again, it will not spawn it in. It's completely disabled. Now I added in a checker, a flag, so to call it. If you click this general, he will reactivate the flag. And now if you click on the Crusader is spawning again. But we cannot purchase again. We need to click on the officer. And then it will spawn again. This way we can spawn in multiple Crusaders. There are multiple ways to do this way. This is most likely the most inefficient way, but I find this to be the most useful for me personally. And I will now show it how I did it. So first off, I added in the officer, general. I gave him the name commander. You can name him like anything you want. He's on my team, but it doesn't matter. He can also be civilian. It really doesn't matter. Then next thing is I gave the script, the script thing, a normal script called paperwork. Again, you can call it anything you want. This is the basic script you have in your mission for, like, the player is able to build units, the player is able to build buildings, he has this and this amount of cash, he has these relations with the players. This I usually call paperwork. And here, this is one is active and deactivate upon success. It is true, and the flag will be called purchase. The name doesn't matter, I just named it flag purchase. And it is set to true. Now this flag is true if the script is active, and it is active at the beginning of each start of the mission. So now with this flag being active, we look again on the Crusader spawn. The active check is only checked, there is no deactivation, no subroutine, this evaluating every frame. And now here we can see if unit click Crusader is currently selected and the flag purchase is true, then you spawn in the Crusader and also you disable the flag again. So first it's true, it checks if it's true, and if it's true it will make it false, the flag. It is here under scripting, flags, set flag to a value, flag named flag purchase. This one is the flag I called it like that. Set it to false. Now the flag is false, and to reactivate again, I have created this script. It's called purchase reactivate. It is also an active script. It's no subroutine, no deactivation upon success. And if the unit commander, the general we just placed, is now selected, so we are forced to select another unit, this time the general, then the flag purchase will be set to true again. And because this one doesn't deactivate and the other script also doesn't deactivate, means once we click the general, the Crusader purchase will be reactivated again. There's also another way you can do it, most likely the most simpler way, but I don't really prefer it. You can evaluate the script every like 1 or 2 seconds, and then you don't need to have these flags, and the Crusader will just spawn in every 2 or 3 seconds. Now, to take this to the next level, you can also add in sound effects. I added in the place building sound effect now. So if we click on a Crusader, it will play the place building sound effect. If we reselect him, it does it again. Okay, we can do this by doing the following. We go to our script tab and we go to our script, in this case the Crusader spawn, and here under action if true you add in a play sound effect. You find this under new, multimedia, sound events, and here sound effect, play sound effect. And this one I used is the place building a sound effect, which you can find under here. A second. This one right there, place building. And normally you can preview it, but for me it just gives me the Windows sound. But there are ways to refer the sound, so it actually plays a sound. You need to insert some sounds in your data folder. I have not done that yet on my new PC, so this is why it doesn't work. But yeah, this is the sound, and then it will play the sound. You can now also take this one to another next level. Your units can display emoticons. So if I click on the Crusader now, it will show the repair emoticon.
Army's elite.
So whenever you're spawning a Crusader, it will show the repair emoticon above the Crusader.
Ready for action.
Also works with other emoticons. You do this by going to your script, and here under unit we have the emoticon tab, and there you can set an emoticon. Here in this case the click Crusader, and here you have the different amount of emoticons, and these ones you can display above your Crusader for these amount of seconds you enter in here. This is also pretty neat to add in more special effects. You can also let the Crusaders you let spawn in follow a certain waypoint path, so they just don't blindly spawn in here on the spot. But for example, if we click Crusader now, Crusader will start moving and follow a certain waypoint path.
Special forces here. Ready for action. Army's elite.
Works with every new Crusader you spawn.
Army's elite. Special forces here.
I have set 3 waypoint paths here to follow. To give it a bit more variety, but it doesn't matter. So they start moving and they follow the waypoint path. And with this you can spawn in like helicopters, Crusaders, infantry, and so on, and they will start following a waypoint path and move to the top. To do this, you need to have a behavior tab. I created this one here right there. And if you create a new script, you set the script flags to be a subroutine. This is very important. And I, for my case, have deactivated the deactivate upon success checkmark. And it is very basic. It is an if true condition. And under actions we have this team. You can always put this team in to make it easier for yourself. So under the team tab, move tab, set to follow a waypoint path. Have this team follow waypoint path. You create the waypoint path. As a team, you can choose true or false. I have false, but you can also check true, so they will move in as a team. Most of the time you have it in the AODs. And then here in the team tab, here under our Crusader, we have the behavior tab. And if you have a script, which is a subroutine, then it will be displayed in here in the behavior. Also in the generic, but also in the behavior. And we want it in the behavior. So if our team gets created, which we want, then we have the move script. And every time the Crusader gets spawned in, it will start moving and follow the waypoint path which I have set here. Waypoint paths are very easy. Just click the waypoint and drag and drop to which location you ever want to have it to go. And then you name it. Have. And yeah. This way you have a waypoint path. Okay, there are also more certain ways to bring this to the next level or to optimize it. You can also put in a money checker. So you can say, hey, this Crusader costs $800, and if the player has $800, then he can purchase the Crusader. If he doesn't have 800, then he will not be able to purchase the Crusader. It's also possible, or you make in scripts that you have to unlock certain things to unlock this Crusader. There are multiple ways, and it opens up a great way for an AOD or AOA or something else, or a little mini mission. I think it's a great script, a great way, and yeah, have fun with it. And we'll see us in the next tutorial. This is your cncHD. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.